is a second round race of the Electric Fish Tank Memorial No Starworld Tournament between TinaHacks and Patrick Power. Well, Patrick Power is now Storster. There you go. This is Storsten's first race, Tina's second. Tina having already vanquished Oglib to the loser's bracket. And we'll be getting started in just a second.
And has Tina forgot to start her timer?
It would appear as such.
Well, no problem. It's a no reset anyway, so I don't know. Might just not be a distraction then.
We'll just assume that when she defeats Iggy, it's at 3:14.
Yeah, pretty much World 1. There isn't really much to talk about. I suppose box jump is the first thing that's just, once you get that out of the way, pretty easy from there.
Yup. Box jump, the thing that makes everybody clench during World 1. It's just the way it is.
Yep, it's pretty easy, but sometimes just if you're a bit nervous, it's easy enough to miss.
No trouble here, though.
Very good.
I think the only difference so far is that Storster went with the normal jump onto the Paracupa, whereas Tina did the spin jump.
And they'll be wanting to send those brown platforms as long as possible to try and just get an optimal 259. It's a little thing, pretty much every runner does it, but it's just saving frames at a time.
You gotta save the frames. It's like it's that in World 1, and it's like how far can you spin jump in Iggy's Castle. Everything else in World 1 is pretty automatic.
Yeah, because it's pretty easy, you're sort of wanting to entertain yourself by trying to do very optimal things. It'd be interesting to see if we go for, or if either runner goes for a shell jump.
I thought maybe for a second there he was thinking about it.
Thought Storster possibly considering it. And Iggy as well, it's Castle 1, it's not really that difficult, but Room 1, I suppose, if you are going for fast strats, can be kind of tricky. But we'll probably see kind of 281 strats.
I mean, they both got under the Koopa, so that's step 1.
Yeah, that always helps.
Just by virtue of stream delay, I see Tina getting through a little bit before I see Storster getting there, but either way, I think they both had 280s.
Yep. 280 is pretty standard, there's nothing wrong with that. 281, not too difficult, but it still feels like an achievement sometimes.
Tina is winning the swag battle there. And loses her mushroom. Probably doesn't care, because as soon as you pick up that cape, but, you know.
Yeah, the mushroom's kind of just there for show, I guess. It never gets used, really. Ever. The lonely mushroom. Okay, so World 2 is where we start to be able to talk about a couple of extra things. DS1 can be pretty interesting.
Yup. I mean, we get to at least see them get in the air, but pretty much once they're in the air flying over Donut Plains 1, it's going to be all over. And from here, like you're saying, Donut Secret 1, will they be able to grab that shell? How long are they going to keep it? And really just everything else that might go wrong in the water. All sorts of just little stupid things.
Yeah, again, I'm wondering how both racers are dealing with nerves. It looks like they're totally fine. Tina looks cool as a cucumber, and Storster looks totally fine. He's very, very good at this category. He's been pumping out some really consistent times. 33 minutes, 34 probably would be his average. I'm not sure about Tina, but she's really good. So 35-42.
Yeah, Tina has solid times in the other categories. Tina, I feel like she's only really come to Mario World in the last year and a half or so. So after the previous No Star World tournament, it's not to say her All Castles isn't that bad. And well, this is an easier category than All Castles, so
Oh, for
she
sure.
should be fine if she's in practice.
Yep, I totally agree with you. I think that's a very fair thing to say. If this is her first run in a week, it could be difficult, but if she's done even an hour or two, she does stand a really good chance. Tina's good at this game. But the same can be said about Storster. He's really, really good. He's really pulled up his game so fast. He's a lot better than I would be. So he's blown me away with the progress he's made. And both players just getting through DS1, no problem. Very, very quick.
Yep, Storster with a slight edge on the in-game timer in Dawn Secret 1 for whatever that's going to be worth.
Yeah, I think it's very close. I think my sync is very, very, very close. Sometimes it's just you kind of doubt yourself because there's no other timer, but I think it's accurate what I'm saying.
It looks pretty close. I see Storster's just gaining in-game second after in-game second. Well, here's something. Tina gets the fast takeoff. Well, they both got fast takeoff, so there you go.
Yeah.
Just one of those little questions. Are they going to be able to deal with it if they don't get it? But both of them are pros. They've got it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Just if you feel comfortable with it, you'll get it 99% of the time. And then you've got to know what to do that 1%. But both players not messing about. Both look really, really in their flow.
Both 263s as well.
Very nice.
All right, no Yoshis to grab here. Let's see. I'm trying to think back to Tina's first race, which I think was actually the first race of the tournament. It did end up being a little bit of a higher time, and I think she actually got Yoshi in that race too. The more I think about this,
yeah, it's not totally unreasonable for sure. It can only if you get Yoshi optimally, I think it's only about 3 seconds, and it makes VD1 completely free. And
exactly.
VD1, it isn't the most difficult level, but I've actually missed it twice in a row, and yeah, I don't know why.
She's also on the. She is also on the J cart, so there's no freedom cape in VD1 waiting. So even if something goes wrong here in Morton's Castle, she'll be fine.
Yeah, I believe both on the J cart, which is always a good decision. Just free time saves, basically. Why not?
Both with the spring.
Yep, companion spring. Looking good. Oh wow, and Tina actually doing that faster than Storster there. That was a quite a good spring drop.
Nice.
Yeah, this is actually turning out to be a really, really good run. Either Tina is just on fire or she's put in some decent time, I think. Storster as well. I know he's been putting in the time. So
yeah, Storster's definitely been grinding this game. Tina, I know, has been playing some Shantae and some blind races earlier this week.
Of course, gotta play some Shantae.
That was just yesterday. She's probably it's that in Final Fantasy VI right now. So the first race, I think, was kind of her out of nowhere comeback to the game for a little bit, and it went a little rocky with that 40. But hopefully today will go a little bit better. Storcer here already, though. Keeping P-Speed looks like the whole way through.
Very good.
Tina, please.
Oh, oh no. That's an interesting situation.
At least it happened with Yoshi and not with the cape.
Yeah. And had the backup vine anyway, but gets up there without it.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
not too bad. Good recovery. And a very nice vanilla secret one from Storster.
Tina, get rid of that shell. She was scaring me.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Shoot chat's reminding me there was also a Final Fantasy Mystic Quest race involved last week for Tina.
So Vanilla Secret 2 and Vanilla Secret 3, just top left. It's hard to know what to say to try and be creative whenever these levels come up.
I think you're on the right track. They're just these two levels. You fly over them. It's fast.
Again, I've been so pleased with the quality of so many of the races. And I think this one's going to be amazing as well. Xander's race earlier, it was very, very close. Louis' race was actually closer than it should have been. Agathor was playing quite well, but then made a couple of big mistakes.
Patrick here. Storsten is. I'm not sure exactly how he ended up flying to the left. Maybe he tapped left before Mario entered the parachute animation, but that's going to cost a little bit of time.
Yeah, it's very, very, very rare for that to happen, but sometimes you can just land on that block. Sometimes it is very rare, but if you're going to fall down in that level, it will be that first block with the cape in it.
So that'll help Tina out after getting Yoshi and losing Yoshi and having shenanigans happen in Vanilla Dome 1.
Yep, it's still very close, and both players have their Fire Flower, which is always a bonus.
I don't think Tina's going to go for the backup cape here. I mean, obviously it is
Hopefully
here. If you're going to go and get the double cape just for safety's sake, for not losing it, this is the time to do it. But I think both of them are going to want to hold on to fire. There, yeah.
Well, the thing about backup cape is, if you lose this cape and get this Fire Flower, you can get one for free in Butterbridge 1, the auto scroller. So it would be, well, it's not the most ridiculous thing to do, but I think Tina probably knows. But I actually used to go for that cape years ago as well, so. And Pat.
There goes the fire
for
Storsten.
And I suppose the other unfortunate thing is the cape that he's going to have to get in Butterbridge 2, unless he attempts to dupe in Butterbridge 1. It's going to cost him an extra 2 seconds or so, because, you know, he can't do the instant takeoff. So Tina probably, I don't know, probably about tied.
Tina probably has a slight edge right now.
Oh, and well, I mean, I forgot to say, if she takes the Fire Flower to Ludwig and gets the fire kill, then yeah, she's ahead about 10 seconds probably.
Oh, definitely.
So a very, very good position. I guess Castle 4 Ludwig is always pretty scary, but then it's a Forest of Illusion where bad things can happen.
I was just gonna ask if Storsten, I think he has a couple of small only times.
Yeah, I think so, possibly. You definitely have more than I would because I'm bad at small only.
Yeah, give me power-ups, I want them. He is gonna take the shell.
Looks like he's going to attempt the dupe then, potentially, if he's taking the shell, or maybe some other dupe swag.
Well, we're about to find out. He dupes the mushroom and gets neither.
Wow, that's impressive and unfortunate. And he gets the vine swag. That is amazing.
Oh my goodness.
Even though that's not ideal for him, missing, well, I suppose getting one mushroom isn't what you want to do because you're going to get the cape anyway. But yeah, I suppose getting all those dupes must make him feel pretty decent.
It'll make him feel good, but I think there was a little bit of a rush there to try and grab that first mushroom. And that's
Yeah,
how we ended up where we are.
definitely getting that vine dupe was pretty cool.
But yeah, if he's getting dupes at all, he's doing something.
Yeah, especially without cape, they're really difficult. The dupe master. So as it is without Fire Flower, I think Tina is ahead by a little bit, and again, if she secures that fire kill, yeah, she's going to be in a pretty good position. And then it's the Forest of Collusion. But hopefully Forest will go well for both players. I have faith that it will go well.
Yep, we haven't even hit the gauntlet yet, but really, we'll see what happens here. Hopefully, they'll be able to keep their power-ups through that middle room.
Castle 4 is always very interesting, and it'll be interesting to see if Tina takes the Fireflower strat in room 2. Very nice room 1 from Tina.
Missing the fly there. Tina, it looks like, intentionally trying to avoid getting P-speed and parachutes right into the dry beetle, whatever their name is.
As she was playing the start of that room 1 was played very well. The start of room 2 was pretty well, but you know, that's unfortunate. Sometimes that just happens. Still in a very good position.
She's going to get a cape here.
It's a totally fair decision. I think that's totally fine.
It's not a bad one.
Fireflower does help. And let's see if Pat will be able to get the cycle skip. Sorry, Storster.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's known as both. He's fine with that.
Everyone's going to see here that Tina's going to actually, despite getting into this room significantly later, be out of it first.
Yeah, she played it so well. I'm so proud of Tina. That was good. That was really good.
And she still has a few seconds in her back pocket if she can keep the fire to Roy. Storster's not in a bad position at all, though. We've said this like every race. You hope clips do not decide the race. But in 2 stages, we're going to see what happens.
They very much have the power to decide races, but hopefully they don't. Same can be said about Royfly. But both runners, I imagine, will probably have practiced Castle 5. That's one thing you need to know. I think both looking very comfortable at the moment.
Yeah, I think just the more these races happen, the more and more comfortable you just get with Royfly over time.
It'll be interesting to see what steps Storster will take to get a Fireflower, if any. Not getting it at the roulette box, so just carrying on. It's quite close, but if you can get a Fireflower optimally, it is faster compared to not getting one if you don't already.
I'm guessing Tina did that too.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
I think I know what she did. Like she got into a bad situation, landed there, and by
like
getting
5 seconds. Oh no!
Getting the secret exit keeps the cape, keeps the fire, and she needed to go back and get Yoshi anyway. So doing that got rid of the midway gate. It's obviously still a bad situation, but well, she'll just have an extra exit at the end.
She can come back from this, but that's so unfortunate. I feel really bad for her. But that's the thing. Even with doing an extra exit, she isn't even really that far behind. But I have to say, absolutely beautiful clip from Storster. First try in there.
Easy every time.
He has to feel pretty good about that. Hopefully Tina getting in there fast. Come on, you can do this.
Like I said, easy every time.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that. I'm really, really happy about that. Yeah, it would be unfortunate if that was the thing that decided it. Sorry, Force of Illusion 1 and 2. But this is still quite close.
You get good enough players in the room, and it does come down to who makes the first mistake. Unfortunately, Tina's made the first mistake.
Yeah, like I managed to get to watch that in the replay. It's unfortunate.
As long as she keeps it up, like you're saying though, this isn't an insurmountable lead by any stretch.
Absolutely, if it was like any other mistake, it wouldn't be over. So why would it be over with that mistake? It's fine. Just hopefully it doesn't rattle her. Like hopefully it doesn't like bother her.
Chat demands that I say that Tina got Dirty Bubble. I think they were saying Storster got it earlier as well. That is good because it means they have saved the exact same frame of time. Patrick.
Oh no, dude.
That reaction on his webcam too. He went way too far down there and burned Mario.
My word. That's...
He's really upset with himself, but...
So, yeah, but the thing is, on the flip side, the same thing can be said about Patrick's position.
Oh, easily.
He can still come back. This is far from over. I'm not even saying that to make him feel better.
He's scaring me with some of these jumps.
It is far from over.
Very far. Let's see if he goes back in for another power up. He's going to just go.
Tina will have to feel pretty good about that. Getting that first try, it's pretty scary.
All right, Storster attempt 2.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that fire flower grab. Quite fun.
Storster did not lose Mario's stomach into the drink the first time there.
Okay.
That dive his first time through, I think it just went a little too low.
At this point now that Storster is, well, hopefully out of Castle 5, but now that he's out of Castle 5, I'm hoping that he just realizes he's only about 20 seconds behind. Hoping for a close race from both of them. He does seem quite bothered about it, but it's not as bad as he thinks.
He's visibly upset about it, but I mean, he's going to be fine. He's got this.
Yeah, of course.
I can't blame him either for being a little upset. I mean, we've all been there. He's going to come back, though. He's going to do the rest of this race probably even harder now, because sometimes you just make that one mistake and it just knocks you back into like reality, and you are now there. You want to come back. You come back hard.
Yep, it's all about that race mentality. We've both been there many times, but I'm wishing them both the best. I find it really hard to know who I want to win because both have really pulled out all the stops. And
shouts to Unicape.
Dallas Mug.
So I think, did Tina fly over the whole level like without using the pipe?
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of seconds for Storster.
That flight speed is so satisfying.
Also, shoutouts to Unicape.
Shoutouts to Una.
So this is kind of the gauntlet. This is the meat of the race. Roy's Castle and beyond. So will Tina get the boo bounce? Nice.
In there.
Storster. Spin fly strats.
Ooh, interesting.
Oh boy.
Wow. Playing it very risky. Not recommended.
I am terrified every time I see that.
Not recommended.
An appearance of the Darby and Yoshi on Tina's screen.
Hey, why not? Gotta have that extra meat sheet.
Loses Yoshi. Oh my goodness.
Okay, this is a situation.
This is fine.
Yep, this is fine. This is fine. That's why you get the Unicape. For very, very, very good reasons.
So that was
nice key grab.
That's honestly also an artifact of having Yoshi. You can't just tap left over that section.
Yeah, yeah, it's at least a couple of extra things to pay attention to.
Tina
It's
just
kind go ahead.
Tina making extra sure she gets that midway gate. A sigh of relief on the webcam, getting in that pipe without falling in.
Yeah, it's interesting just how comfortable and in the zone Tina looks. The only mistake she pretty much made was Forest of Illusion 1, playing very, very well right now. Storster also playing very well, just made that extra mistake in Roy's. Bit of trouble with getting the fight in room 3, but no major issue there.
Storster going for the fast takeoff strat. Looks like he got it. And again, though, tap. Okay.
Oh, okay. This is fine. This is fine.
Tina also hitting the ground somewhere in here. Looks like she hit the top of the last platform in the first lava section. And Storster's like basically right there now.
Yeah, so pretty much what we were saying. Just keep calm and carry on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just keep playing. Topping left.
She is clinging to this lead right now, but there's a couple things still kind of working against her. Very nice cape cancels, at least.
Very nice crusher skip. It was a bit close. Storster not getting crusher skip, however.
Storster also kind of missed the... oh boy. He missed getting over the first saw blade or through it in any capacity, ended up hiding in the little hidey hole.
And his crusher skip, like his kind of delayed crusher skip, ended up kind of being slightly risky. Like not super close, but
yeah, I don't disagree with him.
Really wanting to keep our hold of their cape here. Sorry, interrupt you.
No, like you're saying, he was playing a little safe. I don't disagree. Unfortunately, he got hit by a saw blade anyway. Tina also playing it safe, no longer having a backup cape, and ends up with a 4-cycle. She's laughing about something. I'm not sure what.
I don't think Pat has been checking the restream. It looks like he's playing safe, thinking that the time might be good enough because he is still on like 35 pace. That's good pace. I'm pretty confident that Tina is on PB pace here. Based on like her PB is 35.42.
Yeah, if we're going by her splits.
Yeah, so even with that extra exit, I think she's on low 35 pace, and she's been playing so comfortably.
Yeah, so, my guess is she looked at the restream like you were kind of insinuating earlier, saw that they were both fighting Wendy, and just laughed at how such a wild predicament of having to play Forest 1 twice and still tied.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Even though that mistake wasn't a complete disaster, it's one of those ones that feels like a disaster, and if you weren't watching the restream, you would think it's over. So I think Tina might have checked in, but it's interesting because, again, it does look like Pat played really safe, and crusher skip is free for him. He has no problem with it.
Mm-hmm. Tina had a scrollless setup and lost the cape and spent some time getting it, so she's going to have to wait here. It looks like she's not... She could be scrolling here, I think, and that would spawn the other boomerang a little bit sooner. But here we go. Storster back into the lead, it looks like.
Indeed. Wow, this race just keeps going back and forth. This is crazy.
Kicking myself for not like actually saying wait for ghost ship earlier, because I was kind of thinking about the boomerang despawns. Now I just sound like I'm full of myself.
No. I mean, ghost ship it's scary. Things can happen. Things can always happen. But you know, it's never over until after Ford anyway, and even then, things can still happen.
Orb.
Oh, like Valley Ford.
And orb.
And orb.
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 Orb. Shoutouts to
Valid.
both of them getting the orb at the same time so we could do that.
Yeah, it's just incredible, this race.
Alright, let's see how everyone's Valley of Bowser is doing. Storster not giving this level any respect. Tina having a little trouble getting P-Speed.
Okay.
Trying to get through all this.
Storster getting back in the lead here by quite a bit, but a lot can still happen. Valley Buzzer 2. There are a couple of things that can go wrong, I guess.
Valley Fortress is always a bit of a question mark.
Valley Fortress is a spicy level. Tina potentially risking the frame roll on the Mega Mole.
I do have to eventually say that fortune favors the bold in this race, so I might as well say it there. Storster skipping that midway.
Likes to live life on the edge. Okay,
Tina now trying to get through here.
Doesn't go for the cycle skip there, so he'll have to go for it here.
Tina missed a jump in the first section. It's going to have to wait for another full cycle here.
I knew he jumped too early.
Oh, no.
That's...
I missed what happened.
I saw that happen in, like, slow time. Like, that was... Ooh, I've done that before. That's really heartbreaking. I did that in a race where I was ahead, and it was...
And Tina's now shaking her head. I don't know which cycle skip she disagreed with.
That's the thing.
I don't know if he just didn't have P-Speed and thought he was going to make it, or if he was going actually for the clip.
That's the thing. She's clearly not watching the restream all the time. By the looks of things, she thinks she might be behind, but she has a very solid lead right now. Tina's in a very good position. Yeah. And he does look pretty upset. I'm wondering if he knows. Like, he's about 20 seconds behind, maybe.
I don't think he knows so much as it's like just the general principle of it at this point.
Like sort of obvious. Like, oh, I mean, it wouldn't be obvious necessarily, but you would feel like you're behind if you didn't know for sure, probably.
I mean, he knows now he's had 2 major deaths. He's got to be pretty upset with himself. He's handling it pretty well here. Like, he did not change his strats the second time through. He went for the exact same setup. And this time he hit it. So I mean, nothing wrong with the little motion as long as you're holding it together on the field. And that's what he's doing.
Tina getting a nice crusher skip. Again, Valley Fort will decide this. We have the fort, we have the Reznor fight. And those are pretty much the 2 major components of the run now.
Very nice maintaining P-Speed from Tina there.
Very good.
Storster, I think, had a little trouble with the L button or something.
Get through these crushers. Nice early, nice safety scroll.
Tina having to dance a little here to keep the cape.
Doesn't play it safe in the Reznor fight. So interesting. Again, looking as confident as she has the whole race. This is a very good performance. But assuming Storster ends up losing this race, he will be pretty disappointed. He was ahead whenever he died in the sandbar, but it can happen. It can happen. It's unfortunate. But looking very good for Tina.
So I think Tina will go for cape kill.
Oh yeah, probably. I'm not sure. I can't remember the last time I watched her Bowser fight, but I imagine she probably will. Again, Tina being very experienced in this game probably will. Yep. Goes for the setup. I imagine we'll have no problems with the Bowser fight. Again, it looks like he won't have any issues with the Bowser fight, something he's very comfortable with. Very nice phase 1 for Tina.
Wants no part of that mushroom. Storster gets the second hit. So far, so good, but at this point, you're looking for Tina to make a mistake. All you can do is play the game, though.
Yep. Nothing much you can do about it at this stage, but hope. Looks like a perfect ball skip. Yeah. That fourth hit was pretty good as well. Bowser was slightly further to the right than normal because Tina didn't attempt the cape kill for the third hit. Didn't normal capeless Bowser, or sorry, cape kill, or no, ball skip.
Yeah, as long as you get ball skip, you should be okay.
Yeah, that's the important thing. It doesn't really save much time.
If you have any level of consistency with a strat there, just go with it. And
securing the win with let's see, 36.09.
RaceBot saying it's a 36.09, a 5-minute race PB for this exact category for all that's worth. What with no Starworld and all castles being filed under separate headings, but still, GG for Tina. And GG for Storster. 36.30 in RaceBot, 36.27 in the splits. That's about right. Great race. Unfortunately, you know, it's just the way it shakes out when you have two high-level racers. But either way, you saw them both come right back. Neither one was phased with their gameplay as the race went on.
GG, Tina.
Thank you, thank you.
GG.
So one extra exit, new meta for this category.
Yep. Fortunately, you are not disqualified for getting, I think that's a 30-second exit. Good thinking. Were you like thinking that was the way to get back out and be able to get Yoshi again without dealing with the midway point, or was it just, well, I'm here, I might as well do this rather than dying?
No, I thought that was probably going to be the quickest way to handle that situation.
Nice. Trying to think. Like, it was just a solid run all around. A little bit of trouble, I thought, in the Go ship. I don't know if you were watching the restream, if you were kind of aware what the separation was between the two.
No, I wasn't watching the restream at all. I find that makes me even more nervous in a race situation.
So let's see. Who do you face? You face Maestro next.
Oh, well, that's going to drop me down to the losers bracket for sure.
Well, Maestro has been playing really well, obviously, because he's amazing at this game.
Yeah, I was going to say because it's Maestro. He's, fun fact, also the person who dropped me to the losers bracket in the No Cape No Starworld tournament.
Yeah, Maestro is like he's just so good at just so many games. Although he is pretty busy recently, I guess, with the family.
Oh, yeah.
There is a chance that Storster and Maestro, their Cs are very, very similar.
Well, if I manage to, I think I have to win maybe 2 matches. I forget, but the loser of that match is in my losers bracket path. So.
Oh, so you might be the person who completely knocks me out of the tournament, is what you're saying.
Maybe, or really, if you are all ready to go and you win your revenge match, I can finish the job on your behalf.
Wow, savage.
I think
there are no rules in Love and War here. This is war.
That's fair. Theoretically, this is supposed to be a love story that we're playing, so like we've got all the bases covered here.
Yeah, that's very true.
But yeah, okay. that was a fun run. Couple of
it was really
minor issues, I think.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the timer was an issue, but oh well.
Yeah.
again, you were playing so solidly. It was very impressive. You just looked in your comfort zone the whole time, and it was very unfortunate for Storster. Again, was playing incredibly well, applying pressure, but just made a couple of very, very costly mistakes. He died in Roy.
I think you had you had 2 or 3 lead changes. The Royce Castle was one of them, and then Sandbar was the other.
I was. Apparently, I'm not as mad as I thought that I was, but I was really mad that I didn't get Sandbar.
Oh yeah, do you not get the cycle skip?
No, I didn't. I don't go for the cycle skip. I've only learned John Carl's. I never bothered learning any backups.
Oh right, fair enough.
Like,
you just
my thought is 99% of the time, if I don't get it, I'm going to die anyway, so the run's over.
Fair enough. Yeah, I suppose that's a good RTA strat. Risky for races, but you got there.
I was, because of the extra exit, I was certain that I was behind. Like, there was no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, well, that was another lead change, as you can imagine, but only very slightly. Coming out of there, you were maybe like 5 seconds behind instead of like 20, well, maybe 15 ahead.
Oh gosh!
It didn't cost that much.
There was a lot of back and forth going up to there because you actually got the 2 Yoshis in Chocolate 2 and then in Donut Plains 4.
Yeah. So fun fact: this tournament is the first time that I've ever played No Starworld. I learned all castles. That was my first category.
By the way, congrats on your 5-minute race PB in this category.
Yeah, thank you for that. It's really easy to get PBs when you've never done any runs of the category before, it turns out.
Yeah, No Starworld is just like mini all castles, kind of.
But there's no raft skip, there's no wings.
So easy and faster, come on.
Easy and faster.
So I like one of those 2 things, but the other one reduces the appeal somewhat.
Yeah, like I guess if you've got all the strats down, then it really comes to seconds at a time. Again, it looked like we were going for everything, so applying the pressure, and sometimes that can.
Yeah, outside of grabbing Yoshi's, because I definitely don't know. Like 96 and all castles, you have Yoshi's for a few of the stages that in No Starworld you don't have. So I have come to have peace with the fact that I'm going to grab extra Yoshis compared to everybody else.
But yeah, it's very impressive that you managed to beat Storster. He had been doing this category solidly for 3 or 4 weeks, and
yeah, I was really surprised. This was if somebody asked me to put money on it, I would not have bet on this result.
Yeah, and that's why you might have a chance against Maestro, because Maestro's PB is 2 seconds better than his. Although Maestro, an absolute SMW veteran, so
yeah, Maestro he's a beast. I mean, he's consistent. He's been playing this game forever. I hope that I will give everybody a good race. That's the one thing that's the most important.
I hope so too. Yeah, that was a pretty good race, but the schedule isn't anywhere near over. Some pretty big races coming up.
Yeah, the schedule is super packed today, I saw.
And I'm not sure, I think we might go offline for about 10 minutes and then come back, or I don't know, we can stay live, I don't mind, whatever you guys.
I don't mind staying live. I don't know if we've got some elevator music from Tech to play between races or something.
Well, I hate to jump in and do your job, but when's the last time that we talked about donations? Because this is benefiting a music department, as I recall.
That's very correct. And a couple of people have made some really, really awesome, generous donations.
That's awesome.
I know a lot of people have also said that they're going to, whenever they get money or get paid, similar for myself, but it's, yeah, I mean, it was sort of heartwarming to me because it's going specifically to a scholarship. That was something that Jimmy had himself, wouldn't have had the opportunities if not for that. So, yeah, I think it's very appropriate. And again, Jimmy's mother is very, very, appreciative of it.
Yeah, EFT is definitely, he was a cut above when it comes to people that I knew who were extremely generous. So this is a really fitting way to honor him.
Do we have a link for the donations?
Sorry, let me source that now.
I honestly need to click that link myself.
It will only take me about 1 or 2 minutes. It was just like this race was taking all of my attention. It was just such a good race.
I can't wait to watch the restream or the VOD of the restream.
Yeah, whenever you rewatch it, I think you'll be quite happy with how you played, and you'll probably get a couple of good laughs as well. Also, coming out of Wendy's, had you checked the restream? Did you check the restream once?
No, so when I'm racing, I focus as much as I can. I tune out chat. I don't watch either channel's chat. I don't watch I don't watch the restream. Any of those things put the sort of pressure on me that's going to make me perform worse. So I totally focus, except for the points in the run where I was yelling at the monitor. But that's...
Yeah, we were wondering because you'd laughed just after you'd finished the Wendy fight. And we were wondering if you were thinking, oh,
no.
Wow,
so that laugh, I looked at my splits, and I saw that somehow I was not behind after that. Really, just everything went wrong during that split, including, gosh, that chocolate secret. I'm not super proud of it. And then I looked over and I saw, ahead by 2.3 seconds, and that was very funny to me.
I want to see those splits because the entire restream we just saw splits not moving.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh
no, Mike! No, I'm so sorry. Yeah, so that was.
Did you have two cameras up and then capture the wrong one?
No, I've only got one up, but occasionally OBS decides that it doesn't want to capture properly, and that was OBS is a really piece of software. I love it. It's fantastic.